A few days ago, I met the Secretary of State Blinken. I thanked him for the American assistance, and I said to him, we waged this war after these monsters butchered us. We do not stop. We do not stop until we eliminate the Hamas and bring back the hostages. And I also said it's not just our war, it's your war as well. This is the war of the sons of light against the sons of darkness. This is against the axis of evil led by Iran and the Houthis and the Hezbollah and Hamas. And I added that I don't forget for one moment that in addition to the war in Gaza, in addition to bringing back their hostages and the inhabitants to their homes, both in the north and the south, we have an existential mission to prevent Iran from obtaining nuclear weapons. That's my mission. That's our mission. And I said to the Secretary Blinken, this must be your supreme mission as well. Citizens of Israel, we are in a national test case, test hour. We are fighting not just to restore our security now, but we're fighting in order to secure our security for the generations to come. And this war, unfortunately, fetches a very heavy toll and price.
Shalom, 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 shalom. As always, first I want to give all the praises and the glory to Yahweh, the Most High, and Yahweh Shai, the Son, who the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus Christ. Double honors to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone, our teachers and our leaders in this spiritual warfare, in these fleshly bodies that we possess. These mortal bodies. Shalom to the hopeful elect brothers and sisters, those of you, children of Israel, the Israelites that have woken up to the truth, the remnant. The Bible refers to you as the remnant, the elect, those that truly understand the end time prophecies, those that in the spirit know that they are Israelites and they go back to the 12 tribes of Israel, who the Bible refers to as the elect, the remnant of the children of Israel. Shalom. So, I just really wanted to just chime in on that statement that Benjamin Netanyahu made a few days ago when he said to America that this war is also your war. This war is also your war. This is what the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, said to Biden through his flank, what they call it, he's flaky, or he's flaky, or he's what, I forget the word, right? Blinken, Antony Blinken, the Secretary of State. He said, this war is also your war, America. So that just was, for, as far as I'm concerned, that was just another Bible prophecy being fulfilled there once again, or should I say being reaffirmed. Because it's, we know it's already been, we can see it being fulfilled from all of the acts that have been taking place, but it's just being reaffirmed once again that we are in Jeremiah 49 and 20 and Jeremiah 50 and 45, verse 45. Surely the least of the flock, which is Israel, the Israelis, shall draw them out. Who they're going to draw out? America, also known as Babylon the Great. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Hence why you see this image on the screen. Jeremiah 49 and 20. So the statement that he made, let's just quickly go over it, because it's in as you can see here, Netanyahu tells Blinken, this is also your war. And Blinken is America's Secretary of State. He's their he's in charge of all of the ambassadors basically that are around the world. He's America's sort of like a international ambassador. So it says here on Saturday, so it was only a few days ago, Israeli Prime Minister, which we just heard in the speech, Benjamin Netanyahu said he told Secretary of State Antony Blinken that the brutal campaign in Gaza that has killed nearly 24,000 Palestinians is not only an Israeli war, but also, see it? Not only an Israeli war, but also an American one. The least of the flock shall draw them out. Jeremiah 49 verse 20, Jeremiah 50 verse 45. This is what he said, and we just heard it, but I'm just going to quickly go over the bits that he said. He said, this is not just our war. It is also your war. This is not just our war. And we just heard and we just saw the statement. This is the war of the sons of light against the sons of darkness. This is what he claimed. Yet does he know that he is the son of darkness? These Edomites, these Israelis, right? Amalek, because they are the real descendants of Amalek, Amalekites. They go back to Esau. Amalek is Esau's grandson. So they are Edomites, but they come from the head tribe, the Amalekites. These small hats, these so-called Israelis. He said, this is the war of sons of light against the sons of darkness, but they are the sons of darkness. Netanyahu said, he told Blinken when he visited Israel last week, according to a statement released by his office, this is a war against the axis of evil led by Iran and its three proxies, Hezbollah, Hamas, and Houthi. So we just heard him make that statement, right? He said, from the perspective of the Palestinians and many Arabs across the region, the slaughter in Gaza is an American war as well as an Israeli one. So even the Arabs, the kings of the East, acknowledge that the least of the flock, the Israelis, have drawn out the Americans into this war. The fulfillment of Jeremiah 49 and 20. The fulfillment of Jeremiah 50 verse 45. So even these Arab nations have recognized this, that America is complicit in this war and this genocide against the Palestinian people. They acknowledge it. They can see it. It's clear as day. So it says here, it says the slaughter in Gaza is an American war as well as an Israeli one due to the unconditional military support and political cover the US has provided. The unconditional military support due to the unconditional military support and political cover the US has provided. So let's just quickly go to it while we're here. Jeremiah 49 verse 20. So this is what we are seeing being fulfilled. We're watching this on a daily basis over the last few months. America and Israel are fulfilling this prophecy here. Jeremiah chapter 49 verse 20. Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord, which is Yahweh, the Most High God, that he has taken against Edom. Against who? Who is Edom? Edom is America. That's the United States of America, right? This is the HQ for the Edomites, the so-called white people. This is their stronghold, the United States of America. And his purposes that he has purposed against the inhabitants of Teman, right? Temanites also go back to Esau. So these are also referring to the wise men of Esau, Teman, the Temanites, right? He says, surely the least of the flock, who is the least of the flock? That's the Israelis, shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. Surely he shall make their habitation, America, Babylon the Great, desolate with who? With Israel. But these are the two places that we know for a certainty that are going to be made desolate by nuclear missiles. That's for a certain. So I'm going to quickly go back to Teman, the word Teman there. Right, we're going to go back to the article. South, son of Elizapaz, grandson of, I just want to make sure that I was, as the apostles always say, prove all things. One of the dukes of Edom, son of Elizapaz, grandson of Esau. So the Temanites is another son of Elizapaz. So Amalek is Teman's brother, because Amalek is another son of Elizapaz, also a grandson of Esau, and one of the dukes of Edom. The tribe descended from one noted for the wisdom of its people. All right. The region occupied by the descendants of one located east of Idumea. The Idumeans are the Edomites. All right. Teman is the name of two Edomites and of a region and descendant of one of them, South and Teman. So we know in this prophecy here, when it says, therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord that he has taken against Edom, it's just talking about Babylon the Great, America, because America is also known as Edom. And his purpose is that he has purpose against the inhabitants of Teman, the Edomites in Edom, in America. In particular, the elites, because the Temanites are the elites. We also know that, because remember, probably 50% of the Edomites in America descend from the Edomites that came out of Germany. Teman are also the Edomites that live in Germany. Who is the nation that's defending Israel in this war as well and providing them with arms? Are the Temanites, those who are in Germany, all right? Because these are all Edomites. The Germans are Edomites, the Israelis are Edomites. And just so you know, because the Germans were the scientists that the Americans took and the Russians took to progress their rocket programs that they had for creating these weapons of mass destruction, all right? Oppenheimer was a Temanite, which is an Edomite. Albert Einstein was a Temanite, which is an Edomite. The people that rule America, Babylon the Great, are Temanites, which are Edomites. They're the ones that run America. Now, just to show you the connection between all the three, Germany defends Israel at International Court, ICF or ICG. It's ICG or ICF? The Hague, all right? At The Hague. Let's just type in Hague. Germany defends Israel at The Hague. Germany says we'll intervene at The Hague on Israel's behalf. The Temanites, which are the Germans, probably 40% of those Edomites to 50% are descendants of the Edomites that came out of Germany. This is why America didn't go straight into the Second World War. So just so you can understand the connection between the three countries, Israel, Germany, and America. Germany says it will intervene at The Hague on Israel's behalf. They also blast a genocide charge, right? Berlin will present its own arguments against South Africa's allegations Israel's violated genocide convention. Can't impact call for interim injunction from the court demanding a ceasefire. The German government sharply rejected on Friday allegations before the UN's top court that Israel is committing genocide. So they're backing the Israelis. This is the chancellor of Germany here. He's like what you refer to as the prime minister or the president of Germany. He's the top man, right? So they've rejected the allegations by the ICG court that Israel is committing genocide in Gaza and warned against political instrumentalization of the charge, as it announced it would intervene as a third party before the International Court of Justice. So it is the ICJ, not the ICG. I stand corrected. All right. Government spokesman Stefan Herbstrand said in a statement that Israel was defending itself after the inhuman onslaught by Hamas. He said Germany would intervene as a third party before the International Court of Justice under an article allowing states to seek clarification on the use of multilateral conventions. The move allows Germany to present its own case to the court that Israel has not infringed the Genocide Convention and has not committed or intended to commit genocide. Germany is not claiming to be legally impacted by South Africa's case, and therefore it does not require the ICG's permission for third-party intervention. So this is what Germany are doing. They're intervening for their fellow Edomites, Amalek and Israel. So remember, just to show I want to show you the connection between the three. Elisa Paz. It's Elisa Paz. One of my favorite songs. Elisa Paz, just spell his name right. T-Man. Sons of. Hold on. T-Man. I could just type in T-Man. Let's do this. Let's type in Teman. I'm going to show you the connection between the three families, that they're all the same people, just so you understand. Okay. Now, these are the names of Esau's sons, right? Esau is the progenitor of the Edomites. Today we know as Caucasians, the so-called white people, including those Israelis. They're all so-called white people. Elisaphat, the son of Ada, the wife of Esau. Reuel, the son of Bashamath, the wife of Esau. And the sons of Elisaphat were Teman, which we know today as the Germans. As I said before, probably 30 to 40% of those Edomites in America descend from the Temanites, the people that came out of Germany to America. So you had Omar, Zepho, Gatam, and Canaz, and Tina was the concubine to Elisaphat, Esau's son, and she bare to Elisaphat Amalek. These were the sons of Adar, Esau's wife. So Amalek and Teman are brothers. They're both sons of Elisaphat. Elisaphat is a son of Esau. All right, I think he may be the eldest son, the firstborn son of Esau. Right, I may be wrong on that, but correct me. Yeah, here it says heir. These were the dukes of the sons of Esau, the sons of Elisaphat, the firstborn son of Esau. So Elisaphat is the firstborn son of Esau. And Elisaphat's sons is Duke Teman, Duke Omar, Duke Zepho, Duke Kenaz, Duke Korah, Duke Gatam, and Duke Amalek. These are the dukes that came to Elisaphat in the land of Edom. These were the sons of Adar. So the Temanites are what we know today as the Germans. Edom is symbolically known as, America is symbolically known as Edom, as well as Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, and Idumea, and other symbolic names it has. America is run by the Edomites. The two main Edomites that run America are the Amalekites. Today we call them the Israelis, the Jewish, and the Temanites. These are the two main families that control America. The Germans, Teman, and the Israelis, Amalek. These are the two Edomite descendants that control Edom. So just want you to understand. So this is why Germany, Teman has come to defend his brother, Amalek, on the behalf for the blast of the genocide charge. So Teman, which is Germany, the Germans, have come to The Hague to defend the Israelis, which are the Amalekites, which are his brother, and they both go back to Elisaphat, Esau's son. So just want you to understand why Germany's come to defend them at The Hague, basically saying that they're not committing genocide. And Germany is also providing weapons, just to show you. I got to show you the connections, how we know these things. Weapons for Israelis. Here you go, look, this is beautiful. We just stick with the headlines. German military, Temanites, military exports to Israel up nearly tenfold as Berlin fast tracks permits. Tenfold. Germany's defense export approvals to Israel so far this year have been risen nearly tenfold from last year, with Berlin treating permits requested as a priority since Hamas militants attacked Israel last month, a German government source said on Wednesday. As of November the 2nd, the German government has approved the export of close to 303 million euros worth of defense equipment to Israel. By comparison, 32 million euros worth of defense exports were approved in 2022. So Teman, the brother of Amalek, has come to defend. Teman, the son of Elisaphat, the grandson of Esau, has come to defend his brother Amalek, those Israelis, who's the son of Elizaphat, the grandson of Esau. All right, please connect the dots. Let's go back to the article. It says, the US has also intervened directly on Israel's behalf to bomb the Houthis in Yemen over their attacks on Israel-linked shipping in the Red Sea. The least of the flock shall draw them out. All right, draw out who? Edom, aka Babylon the Great, aka Idumea, aka spiritually known as Egypt and Sodom. That's the United States of America. The Biden administration has expressed concerns about some of Israel's tactics. 1 second, family. Sorry about that. Got home early today. So it says here, the Biden administration has expressed concerns about some of Israel's tactics in Gaza, but is not considering cutting off Israel or even leveraging military aid. Some US officials fear that Biden's unconditional support is emboldening Netanyahu and could lead to a major war in Lebanon. In his comments on Saturday, Netanyahu also took aim at South Africa's genocide case at the International Court of Justice, the ICJ, which we just spoke on. No one will stop us, not The Hague, not the axis of evil, and not anyone else. This is what Netanyahu says, right? He said, the comments came a day after Israel presented its defense of South Africa's charge at the ICJ. The ruling on whether or not Israel is committing genocide against Palestinians in Gaza could take years, but South Africa is asking the ICJ to order an immediate halt of Israel's military operations, and a decision could be made in the coming weeks. Netanyahu has vowed that no matter what the onslaught, he says, no matter what, the onslaught will continue. The Spirit is on him. The Spirit is going to be on all these nations. It says, we are on the path to victory and we will not stop until we achieve victory, he said. We will not compromise and we will not stop. We will not compromise and we will not stop. Hence, tell you time and time again, that is where the war of Armageddon is going to take place. It's going to escalate from there into that barren desert, into the heart of the Middle East, what we know today as Saudi Arabia, Iraq, and those places, right? It says, polling in Israel shows that the majority of Israelis want Netanyahu to step down after the war, giving him the incentive to continue the slaughter for as long as possible. So, Temanites, Edomites, the Amalekites, Edomites, working with Edom, America, controlled by the Amalekites and the Temanites, to fight against the Ishmaelites, the Palestinians. And this is where the rest of the nations will get involved. So let's just go back. So the scripture says, as we read there, it says, the earth is moved at the noise of their fall, at the cry of the noise thereof was heard in the Red Sea. Behold, he shall come up and fly as an eagle and spread his wings over Bozrah. This is talking about the United States of America. All right. Who's going to come up and spread his wings over Bozrah? Yahweh. Behold, he shall come and fly as an eagle and spread his wings over Bozrah. And at that day, listen carefully, shall the heart of the mighty men of Edom, of America. This ain't talking about ancient Edom, what we call Jordan. This ain't talking about Bozrah, ancient Bozrah, which was the capital of Edom, which we know as Jordan today. This is talking about America. It says, and at that day shall the heart of the mighty men of Edom, of America, be as the heart of a woman in her pangs. So who's going to come up and fly as an eagle and spread his wings over Bozrah? Yahweh Shai and the angels, because he's going to come in the midst of World War III. In the midst of World War III, when these nukes are on their way to deliver the elect of the children of Israel. Now, if we go to Jeremiah chapter 50, it has the same prophecy that Jeremiah spoke about in chapter 49. So we won't spend too long on this, but let's just hit it. Go straight to the point. It says here, no, let's start here, Jeremiah 43. So I go here. There's so much in it, boy. Seriously, talking about the destruction. Now, we don't want to go too far back anyway. Let's just start here. It says, the king of Babylon has heard the report of them. Of who? Of the Russians firing their missiles to America. If we go back here, let's go back here. Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 41 says, behold, a people shall come from the north, and a great nation, talking about the Russians, and many kings shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. Because remember, Russia's going to come with the coalition of countries against America in that barren desert in the Middle East, which is where the war will start as a conventional war before it escalates to a nuclear war. Now remember, as we always keep on telling you, the microchip, the mark of the beast, must come in play before they fire any nuclear missiles. So they can be in a conventional war, the Russians and Americans inside the Middle East, but we're not going to see any nukes fired until the microchip is on the global stage. It says they shall hold the bow and the lance. They are cruel, talking about the Russians, and will not show mercy. They're not going to show mercy to these Americans, these Edomites in the West. In particular, America, Babylon the Great. Because at this point, there's no turning back for the Russians. All bets are off. Their voice shall roar like the sea, and they shall ride upon horses, everyone put in array. These are the missiles, like a man to the battle against thee, O daughter of Babylon. This is when the Russians are going to fire the missiles on America. This is when the Lord's going to come down on Bozrah like an eagle to deliver the elect, the remnant of Israel, from out of Babylon the Great. Because only the elect are going to be, that's what salvation is all about. You're going to be delivered out of the destruction of these nuclear missiles. That is what salvation is about. And then the rest of the elect will be gathered from the four corners of the world. It says the king of Babylon, so whoever's in charge, whether it's Donald Trump, Biden, or whatever president's in charge at the time that these nuclear missiles are going to be fired from the Russians, the king of Babylon has heard the report of them, and his hands waxed feeble. Anguish took hold of him, and pangs as of a woman in travail. Behold, he shall come up like a lion from the swelling of the Jordan unto the habitation of the strong. Yahweh Shai. But I will make them suddenly run away from her. And who is a chosen man that I may appoint over her? For who is like me? Who is like Yahweh Shai? Who will appoint me the time? And who is that shepherd that will stand before me? No one's going to be able to stand before Yahweh Shai, because remember, he's going to come up like a what? Behold, he shall come up and fly as the eagle and spread his wings over Bozrah. Bozrah is another symbolic name for the United States of America, its capital, America as a whole, because Bozrah was the capital of ancient Egypt, of ancient Edom. This is talking about symbolic Edom, America. And at that day shall the heart of the mighty men of Edom be as the heart of a woman in her pangs. Do you understand? There's going to be so much. There's going to be so much going on when Yahushai, because Yahushai has got to come in the midst of these missiles. Sorry. He's got to come in the midst of these missiles, just so you understand, all right? It says, and at that time shall the heart of the mighty men of Edom be as the heart of a woman in pangs. Because they're not just going to see missiles. It's not just, they're not just going to see and know these missiles are coming, but also the chariots are going to be on their way, because they got to come before the missiles hit Babylon the Great. This is why it says, and at that day shall the heart of the mighty men of Edom, Babylon the Great, be as the heart of a woman in pang. The mighty men of Edom are the mighty men of the United States of America. Go back to Jeremiah 50. The king of Babylon, whoever the president is at the time, has heard the report of them. Of what? Of the missiles coming. And his hands are waxed feeble. Anguish took hold of him, because that's it. It's too late. Nothing they can do. And pangs as of a woman in travail. They're going to feel the same way when they see the chariots. The mighty men shall be as the heart of a woman in her pangs. Same prophecy, talking about the same event. So he says, behold, he shall come up like a lion from the swelling of the Jordan unto the habitation of the strong. But I will make them suddenly run away from her. And who is a chosen man that I may appoint over her? For who is like me? Who is like Yahushai and the angels? Because remember, they're coming in the name of Yahweh. And who will appoint me the time? Who's going to be able to change the time? Who's going to be able to say, oh, please, can we do this 10 years time, 5 years time, whatever? This is why all these people that say, oh, World War III is not going to happen in my time. Oh, not in my time, maybe in my great-great-great-grandchildren's time. It's like, who can appoint the time? Who these people think they are, that they can tell you that it's not going to happen in their lifetime, when all of the events we see happening around the world indicates this is the period, this is the time where we are going to go into the war of Armageddon. This is the time where we're going to enter the age of the mark of the beast, the microchip. All the signs are there. But yet you've got these dumbfounded Christians that talk about, oh, it's not going to happen until many generations, until my great-great-grandchildren's time or whatever, and all that BS. It says, who is that shepherd that will stand before me? Therefore, hear ye the counsel of Yahweh, that he has taken against who? Against Babylon, the United States of America, aka Edom, and his purposes that he has proposed against the land of the Chaldeans. The wise men of Babylon is another name for the Temanites, or the Chaldeans, the wise men, the elites of Babylon. Surely, here we are, surely the least of the flock, Israel, shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation, Babylon's habitations, desolate with them. Those are the two places that we know is going to be totally destroyed by nuclear missiles. All the noise, at the noise of the taking of Babylon, the earth is moved, because how's Babylon going to be taken? By nuclear missiles. Then the chariots and the angels are going to complete the destruction. And the cry is heard amongst the nations. How is the cry heard amongst the nations? Remember, Revelations 18 makes it quite clear. Standing afar off, and we're going to finish here. And the kings of the earth, Revelations 18 and 9, and the kings of the earth who committed fornication and lived deliciously with her, with Babylon, America, shall bewail her. This is the cry of the nations. And lament for her. When you're lamenting, you're in mourning, you're crying. When they shall see the smoke of her burning, when they see the smoke of Babylon burning, aka Edom, spiritually known as Egypt and Sodom. This is the cry of the nations. They're going to be lamenting for Babylon. Standing afar off, because they're going to see it on all of their news TV channels, breaking news around the world, nukes have been hitting there, chariots have turned up, coming out of the heavens, people are going up into chariots. There's going to be multiple stories on the news, because all this is going to be happening at the same time. They're going to be standing afar off for fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, Many of those are going to be sitting on those cargo ships, just like I see all those cargo ships trying to get through the Red Sea to go through the Suez Canal, and they're being stopped by the Houthis. You're going to have the same thing. They're going to be on their way to their normal deliveries when these missiles are going to be fired, and the cargo ships are going to have to stand afar off from the shores, from San Francisco Bay. They're going to see the smoke of her burning. Those on the cargo ships that are traveling with all of the different goods that they bring into America, they're going to see it on their TV, CNN, BBC, ABC, NBC, Channel 4, Sky News, Al Jazeera News, France 24 News, all the different media channels. That the great city Babylon, that mighty city, for what? For in 1 hour is thy judgment come. Well, praises Tihar Bashim Yahushai. So when we see all this going on here, when he says we will not compromise and we will not stop, that's beautiful. Because this is where we want you to be. We want you to be at this point here. Netanyahu tells Blinken, this is also your war. Absolutely beautiful. And on that note, I pray you are edified by today's edification. Israel tells America, this is also your war, which is the fulfillment of Jeremiah 49 and 20 and Jeremiah 50 and 45. Or should I say the continuing fulfillment? But this is like kind of rubber stamp that fulfillment of that prophecy. Simple as that. So as always, I want to give all the praises and the glory to Yahweh, which is the Most High, and Yahushai, which is the Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Dark-skinned man with woolly hair. That's a Negro, Yahushai. His name is not Jesus Christ. Double honors to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone. As I always like to say, keep praying, keep safe, repent, and hold on to this truth, because we are in the times of World War III. We are in the times of the microchip. I'm just waiting for that major event to take place. Something's going to happen on the economic. We're going to see anyway. It's